Okay, so we're currently here in the admin panel. We're going to be talking about how to license music as a custom piece of music with a seller. So anybody that's selling music on the platform, you can um, go to their page and be able to, if you like the style of their music, but you're not seeing exactly what you're looking for, you can actually reach out to them in our messaging system up here to talk to them privately to create a custom licensing deal. So here I am going to message myself and say, hey, I like your music. Would you be willing to make something for me? Okay, so you guys can kind of talk amongst yourselves to kind of decide on a custom license. So I can send this. The seller will get a notification on their account. We'll show that here in a minute. You see, I have populated basically a chat form with them. And so, what I want to do as the buyer is I want to actually request some music from him. So, what I would do is I would go in and create a custom music request. And so, let's say that I am looking for orchestral music for video games. I like your music on your platform. Can you create something for me like your piece tear? How about that? So that is what we're going to do for how can I help you? So, all right. So moving on here, this is basically making a statement of like I need this by, let's say, the end of January. This track, I would definitely like it to be royalty free. I don't want to have to, pay royalties on this, and I want it exclusive to me. So this is a track that I don't want anybody else to have, and my budget is $500. Okay, and I want this to be an unlimited use. So right here, you can, as the buyer, upload any type of documents that might be necessary for the seller to be able to do their job, to be able to appropriately, basically write music for you. So you can, put in any type of documents here. Okay. So once we hit submit, you'll see it populate up here for the seller. So, okay. So I'm going to go over to the seller account and show you what they see. So we're going to log out. And we are going to go over to the seller account. And as you can see here, we've got a couple notifications from our buyer. And they're saying, hey, I'd like to, get custom licensing done from you. And so they've provided a request. So you can go in and look at this request. So it's saying, okay, well, he's wanting a piece of music like Tear, and his budget's 500. And so what you can do is you can discuss that more here. So you can create your discussion. You can kind of upload stuff, documents back and forth. So I'll just hit, that's supposed to be discussion, but we'll hit send for, just kind of, talking back and forth with each other. And so once you've talked back and forth with each other to kind of establish your overall, like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is, the overall price, and you guys have kind of agreed on, a general price, the seller can go up here and generate a custom offer that will generate the appropriate sync licensing contract for the buyer and seller. So they will provide the description here of the music. And then once again, the buyer stated that we wanted it by the end of January. They wanted it royalty free and exclusive, and then you can establish how many revisions that they actually get. So let's say we'll do 5 revisions. In the case of the demo purpose, I know it said 500, but we're just going to keep it a licensing at $1 so we can make a quick purchase here. And we established that it's going to be unlimited. And so once again, the seller can also submit documents back to them as well through this portal. So once you hit submit, you'll see the custom music offer has been created right here. So once we go back over to the seller account, you'll see the custom offer, and we'll be able to purchase it directly through the messaging system. Okay, so we see there's a couple more messages here, and we've got our custom offer. We can review the offer as the buyer, make for sure everything's okay, and that is what we have discussed in regards to our overall contract, and then we can hit purchase. All right, so we'll agree to terms. We'll click purchase. We will pay for our custom licensing as the buyer. And waiting for it to process. And so here we are in our orders for this new custom license. And you can see over here is our contract based on what we discussed. So as the buyer, you've got a couple opportunities here. So I'm gonna kind of backtrack here. So it actually takes you to the portal to kind of do a little bit more discussion. You actually can talk back and forth in this order with the seller to make for sure everything is going smoothly, and then all your orders will be cataloged here as the buyer under the purchase orders, and then all the orders for the seller, the requested orders, will be here. So, and it's a totally different type of setup for when they actually work on their stuff, but we'll be showing that here in a minute. So we're going to go back here. We're going to go into the view order, and I'm going to say, hi, how are you? Let me know if you need any help. Okay, so we can submit that. Once again, you can just upload any type of documents that you need, and then you can see the contract here. And then this right here, you will need to approve once the buyer fills out this information. So as goes any type of sync licensing contract, you're basically buying buying the rights to utilize a piece of music, but you're not buying ownership of the music. So this information right here will allow you to see how the composer is splitting the rights of the intellectual property, what the composition name is, and who the performers are of this piece of music. And once they've populated all this information, you'll be able to see this, and you can approve the info, or if this needs to be changed for whatever reason while you guys are working on your custom license, you can go back here in the details and message back and forth to make for sure that this information is correct before you review your overall delivery. So once the delivery is made, it'll show up here. So I can show you that. I'm going to go over to the seller's platform now. Here we go. The seller's platform. And we're going to go over here to request order. All right, so as the seller, we've got like this little pinging thing. It says, hey, you need to take action on this. They have just purchased this. The status shows that it's in progress and gives you kind of a little bit of information of when it needs to be done. So as the seller, we're going to go work on order. So looks like the buyer is left us a message. So it says, let me know if you need any help. I will keep you informed about that. Okay, so as we're kind of going through, the seller will be able to see the contract here, and then the seller will be required to fill out this information for themselves. So they're going to want to make for sure that they title this. So they liked the piece of music Tear, so we'll do just Tear 2 as the composition. And then you're going to want to add all the performance rights organization information. So I'm going to go in, add my information, ASCAP as 100% ownership. Then I'm going to go in and add this right here, Red Allred Publishing, ASCAP, 100% owner. And then due to the nature of that track, it requires no performers. So we're just going to put samples here and virtual instruments here, just to kind of show that that's how this piece of music is being performed. So once this is complete, you get to work on the contract. Yeah, we want to make for sure that we save this. So, did I save it? No, I didn't save it. Anyway, so this information will populate here. You saw the saved information. I can just do this again here real quick. Do that, and then we're just going to populate this real quick so you can see in the buyer account. Just going to add some junk here. Hit save information. Yes, I want to save. Okay, so all this information is saved now. So we've got this information saved. We've worked on our composition. Everything's completed. So we're going to write a delivery note. This is the complete work. Let me know if it needs changes. Okay? So from here, we can download our documents and our products. So right here is basically what you want to do is you're going to actually want to upload your content twice, but this is basically to upload any type of documents that is needed for the piece of music specifically. If maybe there's some lyrics or something like that, and you need the lyric chart. So you can upload it there, and then you can upload the actual official product there as a zip file. All these require zip files, and then you hit send. Okay, so now that it's been delivered, we can go back over to the buyer account. There it is. We can go back into our orders, and you see now that this has been delivered and it's requesting you to take action on it. And you show here that it's been delivered, and then we've got the information that's populated here. For the sake of this, I'm just going to say, hey, this looks all right. But you do want to double check because, for example, I just kind of populated this real quick, but you want to make for sure that they've got their performance rights organization information in there, those types of things. But in order to approve the final delivery, you also got to approve this information here first. So I'm going to go ahead and approve it. Okay, so now this information is solidified. This is what the contract, part of the contract is for the composition and who owns the intellectual property for that composition. So we're going to go over to the review here for the delivery. What you'll want to do is download this information, check it out, make for sure everything's okay. And then if it's not, you've got an opportunity to revise. And so what you can do is you can upload content on how to revise, you can enter a message here, and then you can click send, and then it will go over to the seller to make those necessary corrections. So in this case, though, let's say we're happy with it, and we hit accept. Okay, so we're excited. So everything's done, our product's final, and as the buyer, there's an automated tip system that comes up. So if you're happy with your seller, you can add a little bit of compensation for him. So you can just kind of just based on how much the project was, you could add 10, 15% or custom tip. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and skip out of there. But basically, you'll just, like any other payment processing system, you'll just go in and click tip, and then you'll make the purchase, and it'll pay directly to their account. And then you've got your options here. So once again, like the purchasing page, you're not able to actually get access to this yet. You can see it's grayed out. You have to fill out what this piece of music is being used for. So the last tutorial kind of showed you how to, appropriately fill out, this information for, a cue sheet in regards to film and television, how it's going to be used. In this case, I'm just going to do a real quick one because it doesn't require any information. This is literally just going to be used for apps and games. So we're going to click Submit. And here we go. That populates the account with the appropriate contracts, which you'll see here in a second. And then we're able to download our file for our final package for the custom license. So once we've completed this, everything's good to go. What you'll be able to see in your dashboard is the custom order. So you'll be able to look down here. So it says custom order 17 is which it came into. And so now you have the contract, the sync licensing contract. So when you look at this, you will see that it is exactly what you're looking for. So you're looking for an exclusive license that is an unlimited use license. So as the buyer now, this agreement is calculated out to basically make it so no one else can use this track. It is specifically used for your own personal use in any way that you would like to use it. So we'll be talking about these contracts a little bit more in detail in another video, but keep in mind, like I said before, all of these contracts are specific to the individual piece of music that's being populated. It has a contract ID here that is populated every time a new order is made. So this contract is special to your to your purchase. You can see here all the information populated, and down here you can see what the compensation was, and then at the end of it, it signs your signature with the authorized agent signature. Once again, the authorized agent signature is a special ID that's created upon your account that acts as your signature for these contracts. And you can review these in the settings. That information is talked about in the settings video. Okay, so that is your custom licensing.